I'm coming to you with a detailed review of a bike that's got people talking, the Elves Falath Evo 2023. This one cost me a grand total of $3,000 all in, so was it worth it? I've put about 500 miles on this bike so far. My experience will help us answer that question. What we've got is a full carbon fiber road bike frame and some aggressive racy geometry. Now it's not just the frame that's carbon, but the forks as well and the bar and stem combo. They look great, but it is a pain to install routed cables through. I'm not gonna lie, more on that later. The frame we are dealing with here is a size 52. I am 5'9", 176 centimeters. So why did I go for a size 52? Well, the previous version of this frame fit me like a glove in a size 52, as confirmed by a professional bike fit. I compared the Falath Pro to the Falath Evo, the previous Falath, using Bike Insight's website, and the 52 was right for me based on that comparison in geometry. The group set is something I am so pleased that I purchased. Snagging a full 105 hydraulic group set for just £405 felt like highway robbery at the time. Then I remembered I've been brainwashed and that's still pretty expensive.
Info.
Besides the group set, most of the components are from AliExpress or alternatives that don't break the bank, but still try and give top of the line performance. Let's chat about weight, shall we? This bike, it clocks in at a reasonable 8.79 kilograms. Now, I'll be upfront. I didn't go out of my way to assemble the lightest bike on the block. I mean, look at the choices I've made. Beefier tyres, a reliable 105 group set. I could have splashed out the cash and trimmed a few 100 grams off, but honestly, I would rather shed a bit of weight around my midsection and keep my bank balance nice and healthy.
I'm happy with my choice.
Now don't get me wrong, if you're in the racing scene or taking on the Alps every weekend, those grams count. But this bike, it's an aero beast, not necessarily designed to be a featherweight climber. And to be frank, 8.79 kilograms, that's pretty decent in my eyes. Now that I've had a chance to ride this bike for a while, I've got to say, I'm head over wheels for its looks. It's unique. I mean, its top tube sitting slightly higher than normal is something you don't see every day. And let me tell you, it's grown on me. Now, when I'm out and about, this bike definitely turns heads. You'll be the center of attention if that's your thing. All right, let's dive into the wheels. The Elves Falath TH50D wheel set. Now, the rims made of carbon, and if you're wondering what that translates to, think light as a feather, yet sturdy enough to withstand the challenges of pothole-filled road. Now, they're 50mm deep clinchers, housing a good old-fashioned inner tube inside. It's a blend of modern with a nod to the tradition. But let's talk about the real-world ride. Now, the wheels actually spin up pretty well and nice, and once you're in the zone, they seem to just glide along through those glorious pothole-filled London roads. If you're free-wheel, then you'll hear a sound that's both assertive and rather musical in its own right. Pretty damn loud. So we've talked about the looks, the assembly and the value, but what about the ride? After all, the bike can be easy on the eyes, the wallet, but if it doesn't deliver on the road, what is the point? Now imagine you're in a Ferrari. I'm still waiting for mine to turn up. You'd fancy a bit of a zoom, wouldn't you? Far more than your trusty Ford Fiesta. Now similarly, the Elves Falath Evo 2023 isn't just any bicycle, it's designed to make you want to go fast, have that sort of velocity. You'll naturally find yourself, or I have, poised to harness maximum power and duck into a wind-cheating form. Where this shines is acceleration. I think it's odd discussing acceleration when you're the power unit, but much credit goes to this robust frame. From the first pedal push, there's a direct channel for your effort straight from the frame through to the crankset, through to the rear wheel. It's sharp, it's pretty instantaneous, and hats off to the Shimano 105 group set, it's a real champ. Now, the larger 32mm tyres might seem counterintuitive for speed, but here's a twist, and this is my opinion. Leave your comments down below and let me know what you think. Now, in our beloved pothole-ridden UK, while the slender 25mm tyres might offer better rolling resistance, they also grant you a rockier, confidence-shaking ride. The 32mm versions, they're like shock absorbers, like little pillows, allowing for a smoother, swifter and bolder ride. Now the equation is simple. More comfort can equal more speed. Perhaps 28mm tyres strike the golden balance, but I've had no urge to swap out these 32mm ones. Now for the racing crowd, thinner tyres are probably going to be in. But for the rest of us on Britain's unpredictable lanes, a bit more tyre might just be the ticket. Plus, more rubber means more grip on our often wet roads.
It was raining. No, not raining, more like drizzle.
This bike, in all its glory, isn't exactly built for the uphill grind. But in all seriousness, when climbing, I didn't run into any serious issues, but if you're comparing it to a lightweight climbing frame, you'll notice a difference, and that's totally understandable. Something that has cropped up a lot is this super thick top tube. Now, I've gotten a fair share of questions about whether I knock my knees on it. The answer is only on a very rare occasion, and that's only really when climbing and out of the saddle. Thankfully, my knees don't naturally sort of close in to the top tube, so it isn't really an issue for me. Now, when the road points down, that's when this bike really gets its chance to flex its muscles. Descending is quite simply pretty mental. You feel planted, secure, and the bike's natural geometry, racy geometry, coupled with gravity, sends you flying like a rocket if you're nice and tucked in. Now, a road bike's essence often boils down to its handling stability and snappy response. Influenced heavily by its aggressive geometry, our bike here brandishes 38cm bars, so fairly narrow, and a concise 9cm reach, which is pretty short. So a somewhat compact integrated bar and stem. Now, recall mountain bikes with those extra wide bars, less agile, right? In contrast, the narrower bars make this really agile, possibly to the point of over enthusiasm for some. I like it personally, I like it to be really responsive. However, every rose has its thorn, and this bike's eager nature paired with its 50mm deep rims makes it sensitive to gusts of wind. On a blustery day, those deep rims might make you yearn for something shallower, but a familiar tale for anyone accustomed to deep section wheel sets. Despite these breezy antics, this bike is an absolute joy in its handling. Now, the secret sauce, ensuring that the right frame size and the right fit. We aren't talking about a one-size-fits-all Boris bike here. Dial it in, perfectly set up for you and your needs, and in the words of the Spice Girls, two become one.
When two become one, I need some.
Let's talk about something vital for high-performance road bike, the braking. Now, with a speed demon like the Elves Falath Evo 2023, you want the brakes to be super good. Now, your braking performance will largely depend on the group set you choose. On this bike, I am running a full Shimano 105 hydraulic disc brake setup. And let me tell you, these brakes are something else. Now, they pack a ton of stopping power, and the best part is you don't need to muscle the lever to tap into it. A gentle squeeze and you're slowing down. I've got to say, these Shimano 105 hydraulic brakes are probably the best that I've ever used. Comfort doesn't get the attention it truly deserves. After all, no matter how good your bike is, if you cannot ride for more than 1 hour without experienced discomfort, not just because of your position, the actual bike, the vibrations, the impact, you're just uncomfortable, even in a good bike fit position, that's going to impact how efficient you are and how your power is transferred. Comfort is going to be unique to the individual and their scenario. So when I talk about comfort, I'm talking about going and riding hour, 2 hour, 3 hour rides. Now, for the frame, one of the key advantages of carbon fiber as a material for bike frames is its impressive vibration absorbent abilities. Bit of a tongue twister. And this frame, despite its aggressive, racy ready look, it feels smooth on the road. So overall, I would say for me, compared to all my other bikes as well, this one is pretty comfortable. Let's talk about value for money. Now, when you look at the total cost of this bike, £2,389 or $3,000, you might feel your wallet tightening up a little bit. It's a lot of money to spend on a bike. I understand that, I do. Now, when we consider all of these elements mentioned in the video, that £2,389 or $3,000 starts to look like a good deal when you compare it to similar high-end offerings from Western brands like Specialized, Canyon, Cannondale or BMC. If you compare the Elves Falath Evo, $3,000, to a bike from those companies in the same price range, then the Elves Falath Evo 2023 is a whole lot of bike for your money, especially with the deep section carbon rims. Now, I'd recommend checking out this video next, which shows the full build process from start to finish. Following these videos could help you tackle a project like this and help you build an Elves Falath Evo yourself if that is something you're looking to do. I will see you in the next one.